This Kel-Tec firearm, although it is a great value, there is one place where they did not chintz: the manual. Usually, and you guys, especially the Russian firearms we get, sometimes don't even have manuals. The manual that comes with this Kel-Tec, I would just urge you to sit and read every word of it. It's in color, it's laminated, it's going to last. It gives you all the information for this firearm that you really need to know. One of which is that Kel-Tec says do not put plus P ammunition through this on a continuous basis. My question for people in the comments: the definition of plus P. Now, I shot through this. I've already told you all that I shot this the first 48 rounds. By the way, I shot Federal 115 grain FMJ. It's copper. And I also have 124 Independence, which I did not try through it yet. But I have heard that the 9mm was intended for 147 grain ammo. I was not even that familiar with 147 grain ammo. My question to you all is, I think I've seen not only 115, 124 or 125, 147, but I believe that plus P is a second thing, it is a whole nother thing altogether, involving velocity. In the comments, please, people, help one another out. Is plus P constituted as 147? Is plus P constituted as 124? I hope not. And it sure as heck shouldn't be the standard 115. I would hope that you could be able to put at least 124 through this. I don't have the answer. Is 147 plus P necessarily? Or is plus P, period? Because it says plus P on the box. This is the same diameter as a 380, but slightly longer, with more powder, and eventually, hopefully, feet per. So when it comes to holsters, Kel-Tec does offer right up here something called a clip. For once, you can use the word clip in firearms besides an SKS, guys. There is a belt clip that, excuse me, I shouldn't be pointing right here. That's my mistake, guys. This is your extractor. Do not touch that pin. Kel-Tec says to leave it alone. Don't futz with it. These are where the belt clip goes. When that attaches on, the idea is that you don't have to use a standard holster, and that it just attaches on the inside of your waistband. It also appears to come slightly up here, and I point that out only because when you put your finger in a safe position up here, and then not inside the trigger guard position in the pre-ready to fire. I'm sorry guys, there is an actual name for this for staging, but it's when you're safe and you don't have your finger in the trigger guard yet. And when you put that belt clip on, it appears that it does not interfere with that. It appears to me, now I haven't bought it yet, that you can keep your finger out here where you want it to be. Okay? I believe that part only cost in the neighborhood of about $14, which, if you like it, could be a great value option for you. What it does not do, from what I can tell, is cover up the trigger guard. Guys, you're going to have to decide for yourselves through research whether having a covered trigger guard matters to you that much or not, considering the length of pull and the overall poundage. And since I'm talking about it, The length of pull is long, and it does fire all the way back here. I don't have a trigger gauge other than in my mind, and I'm going to tell you my best guess is that that is probably around a 7-pound trigger. It is very smooth all the way back, and then I'm not going to say it breaks like glass, but it is very good. Very good. There is no reason that you can't shoot this firearm in a defensive situation or even slight. Alright guys, I don't want to censor myself. I really don't on this channel, but in a slightly offensive way, if you absolutely had to, if there's any definition of reasonable reason to use a gun or firearm offensively. But that trigger and these sights, thank you Kel-Tec, we can shoot some distance. That's what I should have said, is some distance, not offense. This is the Kel-Tec pf9, also in a Galco leather slash it's suede holster. It does have a thumb brake back here, but just to let you know, this is the same holster that I've had for nearly 20 years, I guess now, that fit an S&W Sigma 380, and it fits perfectly in here. So when it comes to holster issues, remember that you have a clip that'll go on the firearm on this side, and there are plenty of holster options for this. It doesn't have to necessarily say fits Kel-Tec. If you're not familiar with holsters, you need to understand that many different firearms fit perfectly in many different holsters. And look for the 380 type holsters to fit here, where it doesn't hit the mag release, where it can close up if that's what you wish, and that fit inside, fully covering the barrel, and pretty much, you're supposed to fully cover the trigger guard. I'll admit to you that there's a hair here. We all know, we've already talked about the trigger's way up here anyway on this Kel-Tec. But just to let you know on an additional note, if you don't know anything to fit this firearm, look up Galco. Once again, guys, this is the Kel-Tec pf9. It's chambered in 9mm, and I thank you for watching my video, guys. You guys have a great day. Rum's living.